I just had my first tongue-tie myofunctional therapy session. So I'm going to break that down for you. But first, I got to tell you something. So last night I was laying in bed and I was replaying my first myofunction assessment appointment. And I was also just thinking about everything that I've been learning about tongue ties lately. And I have to tell you, I was angry. Now don't get me wrong. I am unbelievably grateful that finally at 54 years old that I may have hopefully found the main culprit for so much of my own pain that I've been dealing with for most of my life. But I have to tell you, there was a part of me that was really just freaking mad. Mad at all of the different therapies and modalities and the people that I have seen through many, many years, many decades, and spent money, and with no one ever saying, hey, let's check in your mouth to see, could tongue tie be an issue? I understand that from what I'm learning is a lot of people don't even have a clue anything about tongue tie. But what I find weird is the tongue, the tongue tie and the fascia from the tongue is connected all the way down to your toes. So anyone that would be learning about body function, I would think that they would understand that connection. Maybe I'm wrong, but here's what I'm gonna do. My mission, I'm making it my mission with this tongue tie to make PSAs to chiropractors, to massage therapists, to pain management people, to dentists, to orthodontists, to ear, nose, and throat, that on your intake of questions, how about you ask, hey, let's check your tongue. Do you have a tongue tie that potentially could be connected to all these other unexplained chronic pain issues that you have somewhere else in your body? And here's something else. I know that there are a lot of people, I've been doing my Google homework and my TikTok homework and anywhere else that I can gather up information on tongue ties, is that there are some people, this camp, that said, oh, that's just a kind of a fad or a hoaxy thing, that's not really a thing. But I can tell you, the people that have had it done, the ones that I'm seeing, have had such relief. That is enough for me to know that so much is connected to that tongue that is caused when they get the instant relief or greatly relieved. That, to me, that's proof in the pudding. I'll say one more thing and I'll get off my soapbox and I'll just tell you about my therapy session. And that is, I also believe we have something called the sick care business, not the healthcare business. I really want to believe that most people have good intentions and clearly don't withhold information from a patient to get better. But I also know, with like a pain clinic, what do? They give pain medication. What does a surgeon do? A surgeon cuts. I mean, there are a lot of modalities or things that people do in their industry, and it's not always to their benefit to fix the underlying problem, because then you're out of the system. So the number one rule is we have to be our own health advocate. And most importantly, it's very much like if you take away the rats and you don't take out the garbage, the rats are going to come back. So we have to get at the root cause whenever we can, especially with chronic pain. Otherwise, we're just masking it, we're band-aiding it, we're doing all of that. So that's my PSA. Get your tongue tie checked. So let's talk about what I did in my first session today. This is my little bag of goodies. These are all the tools of the trade that I'll be doing to help strengthen my mouth, my tongue. There's tongue ticklers. There's all kind of things that we do. We're going to be doing exercises. I'm going to be doing exercises. I'm going to be doing exercises 3 times a day. And these are what I'm going to do. Because of liability, I promised Minette that I wouldn't actually show the specific exercises on how to do them, but I am going to show you I'll give you kind of verbally walk you through it. We use this little device here and it goes right inside my mouth, and I'm doing an exercise where I am pushing forward and then I'm pushing to the side and pushing to the side while this is in my mouth, and I'm holding it. Start out with 5 seconds. Ultimately, you get it up to 30 seconds, front, left, right, and you rotate that 3 times. It's party balls. And I start with the small ones, and I'll take 2 of the balls and I'll put them inside, and I'm biting down and I'm like working my muscles. Think of it, like I'm lifting weights with my mouth, slow and steady. And I think that is 15 reps 3 times. And then I move on to to this one. This one, you take it and it goes into your mouth, and it's taking, and you can do it whether your mouth is big, depending on your bite. We had to try them all, and I'm in the smallest at this point. And it just keeps my mouth still, straight, and then I'm gonna go T, 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 T. Right now it's moving, but I'll be making the T hitting right where it's supposed to hit, right behind the mouth. And I do that for 60 seconds. The fun one. Like SMR for your mouth. You take these 3 tools. We have the spongy, and we have the bar straw, and we have the chopstick. And I'm just taking them and I'm rubbing here, here, middle of the tongue, and then the roof of the mouth with all 3 of the and I'm thinking, well, this is gonna be silly. It tickles like crazy. It wakes up the tongue, and it's this funny thing, but it makes you so itchy. Lots of other party tricks in here, but this is all that I have for right now before I go back to my 2-week appointment. You're also supposed to be sitting still, back straight, really watching your posture. She prefers that I do it in a mirror for at least for a while, till I can really make sure that I do it correctly. Minimum 3 times a day. And if you have any tension, or that I'm supposed to, I have a little notepad that I can write down, or a little page in case I felt anything off or something was tight. Today I did it and didn't feel anything. Like, I felt no pain. I don't know if I'm going to wake up tomorrow and feel some soreness, but so far so good. I'm going to show you, we're doing a sleep study. So this is the sleep ring that you do at home, and it's from vivoscore.com. So there's an app that we set up today, and I put it on. I'm going to actually wear it on my thumb, and then it pairs up Bluetooth, and so it tracks everything during your sleep. And I'll do this. So I'll do Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. I'll turn this little device in on Tuesday, and the app will have tracked everything. And then this goes in this little box, and it gets sent off to this sleep lab, and they analyze everything, and then they come back with the results of, do I have sleep apnea? Do I have any, what's going on when Vanessa sleeps? Having a sleep test is so important. I've fought off having one because my dentist had suggested that I do a sleep test a while back, and I'm like, I'm not going to go sleep in a clinic. I didn't realize that they had something you could do at home. And I was also like, I'm not using a CPAP or anything like that. I mean, not that I think I need that, and obviously if it was horrible, then I guess I would probably do that, but it's not like that. She says, look, you may just, we need to know what's going on with your sleep, because she said, because she had a mouth guard, my myofunctional therapist, she also had the tongue tie. So she's gone through, very much similar to what what I'm dealing with in many ways. And so she said when she had her sleep test done, that her mouth guard, I think, changed. I think she initially, if I'm not mistaken, had the lower, but now she has the upper and lower, and that forces your mouth to stay in its proper alignment when you're sleeping, versus the lower you can still move things around. So it's really important, especially if you're dealing with tongue tie, that you get the sleep test done. I also want to share a great resource that Minette gave me, that I think if you're someone who thinks, maybe, do I have an issue with my, with the tongue tie? Have I got, all of these issues that I'm sharing with you? This is where you can go. It's called the Breath Institute, thebreathinstitute.com. And I haven't been on this website yet. I just logged in to see what was what. She said, you'll go down the rabbit hole. And there is so much information. Apparently it's a doctor, and his wife's a dentist in California, and that they are incredible. In fact, she said that depending on, as we go along with my procedure, if everything looks great, I'll go to the doctor that I was referred to here in Vegas. But if it's more complicated, if it looks as if I need something, a little bit different, a little more directed, then she will send me to the doctor, which I don't even see his name, Dr. Soroush Zaghi. I'm butchering his name. I'll leave it in the comments below. But tons of information, all things tongue tie, breathing, you name it. That's your resource. That's it for now. If you guys have had any questions at all, please leave them in the comments below. Let's get this conversation started. And if you know anyone that's dealing with chronic pain, TMJ, hip pain, you name it, send them this video. Share this video. We got to spread the word about tongue tie. It's now time for me to go do my tongue tie exercises.